Good morning. Holy smokes, it's really good afternoon. It's like 2:45 Central Time. And I might get killed today from my boss or fired. It's not going to be very pretty. But hold on a second. I'll show you what we're talking about. So here's why we're probably going to get fired. Y'all see that dirt? Y'all see me? See that dirt on the windows? That's just the least of it. Now I usually try to keep this a clean channel. That guy scared me. Some guy getting his exercise. Went to Flying J here in McCalla, Alabama. Now I usually try to keep this a clean channel. Y'all see those bugs? Alright, watch this. This is bad. People, this is really bad. She has been ran into the ground this week. And we have trashed the boss's truck. So, there is no truck wash between here and home. Try to hold this camera still. So, and it is really dirty, people. I know you guys think, but it's really dirty. Look at that. Look at that. You want me to touch that wheel? I know I'm gonna get in trouble out here. Touch it, cause it's scratchy. So anyway, so yep, we got the old girl trashed. But the good news is, I think it's going to rain at home Sunday and Monday. So we hide this thing back here in the back of the driveway and not park it out in the yard away from all the trees. Maybe nobody will see it and we can keep our job. Absolutely disgraceful. Showing my filth on the internet. Good morning. So this is how our week began with the Uber load. We ran 797 loaded miles. Now this is going to be our starting hub from the load and our ending hub from where we dropped off. So this is going to be our loaded miles. So that run paid $2,100. Divide that by 797, that's $2.63 to the truck. Uber load number 2 was coming out of Texas at $2,000. Actual miles ran 939, which gives us $2.12 per mile. Load number 3 was a Landstar load going from an automotive run, which was 368 miles at $5.25 a mile. That was the paid $1,932 divided by the mileage is how we get that rate per mile. That's what the miles were ran, and all the 3 of those loads is what was actual money to the truck, not what they posted. So total for the week was 2,104 miles from pickup to drop off, Monday to Friday morning, which is technically Thursday night. Revenue was $6,032 to the truck. That came out to $2.86 a mile. 2.86 per mile. Not bad for doing the east to west shuffle to Texas. And that's where we were trying to talk about cheap freight the other day. So yes, that one coming out of Texas was, what was it, it was like $2.12, I think it was, a mile. But the overall ending balance was 2.86. So I call that a win. Okay, so there you go. I think with those numbers, the boss will be okay. I'm taking the truck home dirty. It's Friday. It's only, I don't know what time it is, 14:35 down here in Alabama. We could find work. There is work. I should show you the Uber loads. I would show you, but I don't think it comes in very well. So there's a lot of loads here available. But I want to go home. I'm tired. Here's an example. Vance, Alabama. Can you guys see that? Hang on. Vance, Alabama to Ohio. See that? That is $15.65 on the rate for 604 miles. Y'all see that? picks up at 3 o'clock. My logbook is tired, and I'm tired. So we're going home. Call it a day. Go home and get a reset, you know. I'm tired. I worked 4 days this week. Holy smokes. Monday through Thursday. Technically Thursday was a double. But today's Friday. We haven't worked. We've been back there sleeping. So we're going to go home. Tired, broke, and hungry. And so yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this week's worth. Now see, I did all the miles. Hardcore running from. We didn't pick that load up until. We didn't start till like Monday at 1600. And ran till Friday morning at 8 a.m. Right? So we did some hardcore running and put a video up for you guys every single day. So we rocked it, man. Killed it. Anyway, I'm gonna go finish drinking my coffee, throw my chicken biscuit in the microwave, and get this beast fired up and do some pre-tripping. And we will see you guys on the road. Y'all be careful. Shook the camera. Holy smokes, I keep having SD card problems. So I don't know what clips we have that we can use and what clips we lost. But anyway, we've had enough. We are going home. And we get fired, right? Hopefully you got enough pieces of the clips here for today's vlog. And we will resume our regularly scheduled programming after this upload here, because I'm not going to get into doing daily vlogs. But those numbers I showed you guys, sorry about that, I got choked on an apple peeling. Those numbers I showed you guys, y'all need to understand that that is 100% rate per mile there. There's no percentages that come out of that. What I mean by that is, you know, we're not leased to a carrier, and we only get 80% of those numbers. We're not getting into the numbers thing. I'm just letting you know that that number is 100% my money. Yes, expenses come out of that, like truck payments, insurance, chicken nugget money, whatever. The bottom line is that rate per mile is paid at 100%. Copy? Enough about that argument. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Hopefully we got enough of this footage. We are taking our outlaw rebel self to the house. See ya. Okay, so you know, I mentioned that I had put in a bid for 50 loads that needed to be moved, and I bid that high in order to round trip it, because it's 233 loaded miles from point A to point B, and I have 50 of those loads that need moved in a short amount of time. So I offered them an easy option. I could provide them however many trucks they wanted, because I would have anybody that I found that owned their own truck and was a carrier, their own carrier, I'd get them set up with the broker, and then we could pull for that direct broker. I wouldn't make anything off of it. He just contacted me. I said, yes, I can help you out. And I bid it at that. I'm sure they came back that that's too high. Well, okay, cool, man. Go move your 50 loads the hard way, you know. Post those 50 loads and deal with 50 different truck drivers on your own. And find you somebody to move those things at 233 miles at cheap freight. And that brings up a whole conversation topic right there that we will get into later. And on the option number 2 of the other person who wants me to move 27 loads that needs 3 trailers, I provided him a quote. And that quote that I provided him was what they've paid me to move 3 of their other loads, normal freight rate that they pay. I quoted that rate plus the equipment charge of renting those 3 trailers, you know. Now, this is the only business that I know of that the customer tells you what they're going to pay you. You don't get to determine what your cost is. I mean, why don't you just go buy yourself a new car and walk up to that dealership and say, well, I'm only going to pay you $20,000 for your car, when he wants $24,000 for his car. You know, we know how that works out. But in trucking, no, they get to say, we're sorry, we're only going to pay you $1 a mile to move our cornflakes to California. Well, I tell you what, you know, well, okay, good luck. You go find yourself a truck. And they find them, because they're beating these trucks to death. They run them in the ground for 2 or 3 years. They don't put no money in keeping that truck up because they can't afford to, because they're hauling that cheap freight, driving the rates down, driving the markets down, and then they're gone. Anyway, so there's that rant about that. And then on the other hand, guys, you can't come out here and try to, well, I said, well, I'm not going to work below $3 a mile. Van rates do not sustain that. And here's another way to look at that, okay? Yes, $3 a mile is good money, absolutely, for a van, no doubt. And you can cherry pick those loads and find those loads that pay that, okay? But to call a broker that the average lane rate on that load would be like $2.25, and you try to demand $3 a mile, well, A, you're not going to get it. But B, if you do get it, well, let's think about what that does to the American economy. If you got every truck driver out here wanting to move all this freight at $3 a mile, I mean, a gallon of milk is, I don't buy milk anymore, but a gallon of milk's, I don't know, $3 to $5 a gallon. Well, you're just driving up that price for a gallon of milk. That's like all these people wanting to work for $15 an hour minimum wage. Well, that's cool. You can do that, but look at what happens when you go from $7.50 an hour to $15 an hour. The price of that Big Mac combo just went from $5 to $7.50. So, what did you accomplish? You got $2 more on the hour, but your burger just went up $2. So I don't know what you accomplished. You know, cutting your foot off for what? You know, I don't get it. You know, so to come out here and demand these outrageous rates per mile, well, you're just driving up the cost of goods. You know, yes, it's a fine balancing act, but you got to be smart. You can't take that hard stance. Oh, well, I'm not going to move my truck less than $3 a mile. And I run into a lot of those type of guys. Now, I don't haul cheap freight. You know, and there's a lot of cheap freight out there. I don't do it, you know. But I'm also not going to sit here and demand $3 a mile, you know. Yeah, I can find $3 a mile freight. And I call on a lot of loads. I just say, no, I can't do that, you know. And right now the markets, freight rates are down, and the fuel is up. I don't get it. But like I said, it goes back to being this industry, it's the only industry I know of that the customer sets the rates. It's crazy. I mean, I wished I had that power. I need my roof fixed, my house, and I need to call a roofer and say, hey, I need you to come here and fix this roof. I'm only going to pay you $1,000 and I want it fixed, I mean, holy smokes, man. Crazy, anyway, so there's where we are with that. Whew, we got off on a rant on that one. And so anyway, so we are going home. It's a beautiful Friday, 70 degrees, and it's gonna be a beautiful Saturday, and I'm gonna go home. So appreciate it, guys. You watching, tuning in, and y'all have a fantastic day and a wonderful weekend, and we will see you on the next one. We don't have anything lined up for Monday, so I don't know where we are going next.